I'm going to start with a question for everybody. In the film, Steve Rogers keeps a checklist of all the great pop culture stuff he's missed out on in the last 50 years. So if you had to recommend anything for Steve, what would it be and why? I'm going to start with you, Anthony, work our way down to the other Anthony.
Oh man, why you start with I would say Steve.
What?
No,
that's
oh,
fine.
that
No, we got Anthony confusion.
too many hands. Go ahead. No, he said over there. I didn't see the. Go ahead, please. Tony, after you continue.
I think I would recommend that he check out Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah, it tickles the absurdist in me, and I want to know: did we get it right? Does it feel representative of your experience?
For him, it would be a documentary, I guess. And Joe?
4 words, 50 Shades of Grey. I think he needs more mommy porn in his life.
The whole trilogy or just the first one?
Just the first one. That's just the first one.
I would stick with music and probably do Beatles, Led Zeppelin.
Okay, interesting. Scarlett?
Cake pops. Because how do they make those things anyway? They're just so delicious.
And Samuel?
Red Tube.
We might have just lost Captain America. Sebastian?
Red Tube.
The Godfather, for sure. I mean, right? The Godfather, and maybe Cronuts. I don't know.
Any Eddie Murphy movie before The Golden Child.
I love The Golden Child.
Anything before
that.
After that is like.
Is that included in The Golden Child? You want to include that in?
No, The Golden Child is included.
Okay,
yes.
okay. Good.
I want the knife.
So The Golden Child, Cronuts, and K-Pops were fat in Captain America.
A question for all the actors. There's a lot of physical action going on in this film amidst all the other stuff. What was the biggest challenge for you guys, and were there any injuries?
I mean, there are always injuries. Whether you end up in a cast or not, doing stunt work, it's physical stuff, and even when you block a punch, that punch lands somewhere. So you're always going on with bumps and bruises, and we're all getting older, and so it has lasting effects.
Was there anything in particular you found hard?
Anything in particular? Yeah, any fight with Frank Grillo. You don't know how to pull his punches. Mac, you must know this.
No, we were hitting each other for real.
You hit for real. If you don't block Frank Grillo's punch, you're going to get knocked.
That's because he's an actual boxer.
He's a boxer. He doesn't know anything but 100%.
No, that's because he's a mean person.
I like to be able to do as much of the stunt work as possible, and I don't, I think you take a little bit of a risk with that, but I'd rather that than have to hand off my scenes to the stunt team, as capable and amazing as they are all the time. I'd rather do some of it, and have some battle wounds, that way I could compare bruises.
And Sam and Sebastian, any injuries?
I mean, I feel like I got pretty familiar with Chris's kneecap, like once or twice. I don't know. We were doing everything so quickly, and we sort of prepared for months doing those fight sequences. So I honestly wouldn't feel anything until I was in the car on the way home, when I couldn't get out of the seat, like being dropped off at the hotel. But I'm sure we hurt each other. You didn't hurt. You? I mean, this is the first time I'm seeing you.
That's why I say it's quite nice to work with you.
Thank you.
And Sam, you weren't on the end of a Frank Grillo punch at any point, but
Me?
yeah. Did you get any injuries on this one? No.
I use my stuntman extensively. I have no issues with him being hurt. That's what he's paid to do, and he loves it. He's from a stunt family. His father was a stuntman. All of his brothers are stuntmen. Before they could eat breakfast in the morning, their dad kicked them down the stairs and stuff. Made them jump out the window to come downstairs to get their breakfast. So I use Keontae more than, my God, he works more than I do sometimes.
Why didn't I learn that from you? After so many movies. Every time I'll come in limping and I'm like, oh, I hurt so bad. It's like, Why don't you let other people that are better at that?
It's way better to, see him, you stand there, they throw a punch, you duck out of the way, they fight, and you get up and go, and run off and do the next guy. That's it. Believe me,
simple.
it's good for you.
My question is actually for Sebastian. You previously said you've got a 9-picture contract with Marvel.
Damn, kid.
And that's what happened to the rest of my deal.
You know, paying for karaoke.
Could you possibly see your character becoming Captain America in the future?
I hope so in 9 movies.
I have no idea, man. I mean, I really don't know. I'm still like trying to, realize that I'm sitting up here with these guys, So I'm wherever those two fellas want to take, the stories where I'm going. So, and also this.
Thank you. Just cut me out.
Let's jump in here.
Well, we're going to use this press conference actually to announce that Anthony Mackie will no longer be with Falcon was a one-off. Iron Fist is taking over.
Who is your hero? That's his question to everybody.
It's a good one.
Like our life hero or like a superhero hero?
I guess you meant life hero.
A life hero.
I'll say it's so generic, but I'll say my parents. I mean, they're your first, they're the ones who shape you and make you and teach you how to love and how to feel pain and happiness and cope, and it's everything from from birth until you're in your teen years. That's where you're really forming who you are, and I really got to tip my hat to my parents. They're my heroes. Good luck, everyone else.
David Bowie. That's my hero. For obvious reasons.
Samuel L. Jackson. Thank you, Samuel.
I look at the young people that, put their lives on the line for us so that we do have, the freedom to make movies like this and tell stories like this, because we do have a volunteer army now. It's not like people have to do it. And those young men and women that go out there and put their lives on the line and go to different countries and they're there, to make sure that we can do what we do. I admire them greatly.
And Sebastian?
Well, my mom definitely, and I guess probably Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was obsessed with Jim Carrey growing up, so led me to acting, I guess.
And another thing.
My two brothers.
Don't say Mr. Marcus.
My two brothers. I mean, I spent the first 12 years of my life with them beating me up, and the past 22 years of my life with them applauding me and building me up. So, my two brothers.
And Joe, you haven't mentioned the hero yet?
I can't decide if it's Superman or Batman. Maybe
Can be either.
Put them both in that movie together.